So, Mr. Skirvin, how are you today? Ben? Hello, Ben. Still waiting on Ty. Yeah. Alright, how's everybody today? Welcome to Goblins Tavern. I guess we'll get a little introduction started. DM Mike. We'll be running a Grimdark campaign set in a homebrew world called Nymeria. Yeah. When Ty gets here, we'll get into his backstory. Ty is playing a warforged paladin, which will be kind of interesting to see. Yeah, we'll just wait for him to get here. I'm going to grab a drink real quick, and I will be right back. Who all do we got in the watching today? Why don't you say hi? What's up, Deontay? I see you on here. Who else we got on here? Say hi. Make sure you like and follow. Because I sure am. Annoying kids making SpongeBob sounds. Gosh, where you at, Yes, subscribe and be doomed. You shall be doomed. I hope everybody's ready for their backstories. We have Deontay and Ryan coming up tomorrow. Same time, same place. Sunday we have Jake. He will be portraying Sheila. Then we have Caroline, which we're still up in the air. She kind of is in the hospital right now, so we're going to reschedule hers. And then we have Ben, which will be here for our Wednesday show. November 7th, we actually start airing our episode 1, season 1. So that should be fun. Still waiting on our player today. So, any questions, comments, concerns? Let me know. Burnt Cheese Bandit. Who is that? What's up, Burnt Cheese Bandit? Well, should somebody to talk to. It would be interesting. First time. What's up, Burnt Cheese? Oh, it should be good. Ty would show. Let me go secure the dog, and hopefully Ty will be here in a minute. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Still no Ty. Hurry up, Ty. We're waiting for you. No, we're never really ready, Burnt Cheese. Exciting though. Are you ready for this? January Ember Flame. That is a very interesting name, Ryan. You will have to explain that later. Is that the old ladies or what? Oh, we got 10 viewers so far. Great start, great start. If you haven't liked, subscribed, make sure you do. Jeff? Oh, Jeff? Ty, I hope you're watching. Oh, well. So, we have both Deontay and Ryan on here. Are y'all ready for tomorrow? Freaking hope so. That one should be a really fun little one-shot session, backstory, deep dive for you guys. Looks so weird without the beard. Oh my goodness, it's been a while. Oh, Grumpy Gnome, I see you there, Grumpy Gnome. Hell yeah. Always ready for Saturday. Your little guy almost died. Mike saved him. He let him survive. You get put in the fire, you get burned. Oh yeah, we got a Waterdeep one shot that we're doing every Saturday. Ben is part of that also. So we don't stream that one. That's just a little home game that we play. But yeah, I gotta finish that one. Well, 11 viewers. Does it sound good, guys? How's the video quality? Is it too dark? I know on my monitor it looks a little dark, on some other ones it doesn't. I'm anxious, just a tad. It'll be good. All right. Yeah, it does. I think it does. It looks good. We'll see how it turns out. I'm trying to get rid of any fuzziness and back chatter, any of that sound off of the mics. But I think they did pretty well. Oh, Grumpy Gnome, Barbara, man. They didn't listen. Barbara kicked their ass. Barbara! So what do y'all want to see in future in this campaign? What kind of fun little interactions would y'all like to see us put these people through? What kind of cheese would you be, burnt cheese, if you were a cheese? What kind of cheese would you be? Oh, I think Ty's here. I'll be right back.
Sit.
Little chair on that side. Far side.
Far side.
Yeah. Don't mind. Ty's here. Say hi, Ty.
Hi, Ty.
Not too tired, are you?
Oh, we'll find out.
Oh, yeah.
Get my stuff out here.
How's that for the music, Grumpy Gnome? That's Andy. Andy is Grumpy Gnome on here. I got all their chat in the chat. So we got Andy, which is our Saturday game. Ben's on here. Deontay's watching. Ryan's watching. We got there's 10 people in here now. Not everybody's in chat right now, so. Tarask would be fun. Keep bringing up Tarask. I want to fight. I want to fight a Tarask. You ever fought a Tarask?
Run from them.
Yeah,
Usually.
yeah. Big smart thing to do. So, how's work been? Busy?
No.
No?
Everything's busy at 3 in the morning at the casino.
Maybe. Depending on the day. Holiday wasn't too busy? Did you work the holiday?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard to tell what's a holiday at that
Yeah, like,
time of
yeah.
morning, night,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah, I guess. We went to Ring Fair.
Yeah, you were talking about
Yeah,
that.
it was good. Dressed up both days. It was fun. Watched a bunch of shows, a bunch of different musicians, bagpipes and jugglers and magicians and freaking, yeah, it was fun. We had brunch in the Joust, so we got to, they served lunch and we got to watch the Joust first row seats. So it was good. Food was alright. Let you get set up over there.
The big one.
Alright.
Look at that, first roll.
Nat 20. You burned it already.
Burned it already.
So, do you want to give us a little, the audience a little breakdown of your character that you're playing today, and for the rest of the campaign?
Sure, why not? So, we want how he's in the present day or in the past?
Present day. Let's start present day as he stands in the city of Solaria.
Out looking on the strange humanoid people roaming about, yes. Well, I am M4x.1, otherwise colloquially known as Maximillion. As per my serial number is 1,285,723, of which I am among the former Clockwork Order Guard, the COG unit as it were, and originally protected the realm of Iridagrid until the demonic incursion somehow 1,000 years ago destroyed everything there was. I am a warforged. I have a bristly, steel-reinforced moustache, of which Sancho, my, we'll call him my liberator, brought about for me to give me a more distinguished look as I go about my duties, both tutoring his children and overlooking his shop, of which he is a renowned tinkerer of a sort. Not so sure what that involves entirely, but he has engraved many fine incantations upon myself, and I also have a variety of armaments that he has been so kind as to bestow me with.
Yeah. So when Sancho found you, what kind of condition were you in?
Well, I'm not quite sure, to be precise. I was a nerd at the time. He tells me I was being used as a statue in one of the local antique shops of Solarium, which is no surprise, but my memory is hazy, to say the best, when it comes to how I got there and where I was originally. He has restored a few of my functions, but everything related to the fall of Iridagrid and what has transpired between, near a millennium is a bit foggy, as they would say.
So where do you find yourself today in the city? Where would you be taking care of Alonso at the moment? Or running errands? Where would you see yourself in?
Certainly a possibility to be tutoring young Alonso. He is very good with spoken word, and he seems to be quite amused by the regaling tales that I'm able to tell of how I brilliantly and valiantly defended the wall and the arcane cannons of Iridagrid in the early days of the war. But he does seem to be a little overly idealistic in his pursuits. The elder one, Helena, she seems to be quite good with the sword, and I'm trying to teach her the finer points of defensive arts. So I suppose in this moment I would be perhaps talking to Alonso, assisting Helena with her training.
Okay. So you would be, let's say you're helping Alonso. What kind of tutorments did you teach Alonso? What would you be teaching him today?
More than likely, historical documents. It's important to know the history of the Empire of Solaria before it became what it is today, to understand how this amazing city managed to retain its stronghold in the realm long after others had fallen.
Long after many have fallen in the world in Emeria, which we haven't went a lot of detail on, which we'll do that in our session, first session. We'll get a little bit into, say, some of your memories today. What? So you spend the most of the day teaching Alonso, going over just random curriculum, histories, and spoken memories of your own.
As he wishes to be a fine orator, he's going to need to know public speaking.
Of course. You said he wanted to be a bard, correct?
Yes.
Very talented young chap. Alonso has always proven himself to be. So, as your day continues on, and you see Helena, she works at the shop quite a bit. And Sancho's always in and out, bringing in different apparatus and armaments and things for repair, taking things that have been repaired and delivering them. So he's in and out making moves. You see Helena doing some repairs at one of the workbenches, and Alonso approaches you and asks you to tell him one of your grand stories.
I look down on the young lad and go, well, if you have finished with your homework, I suppose now would be a fine time to recount one of the many amazing tales of my days as a young squire, much like yourself. This one would have been around 1300 hours, daybreak, and like clockwork, we were responsible for maintaining the front battlements. There were innumerable demons on any forefront given the day, and today was no different. Mesoloths, Arabus, pretty common fodder. But there is always a rotational guard, and I was on a preliminary sentry when I was ambushed along with the rest of my squadron and needed repair. There are always more of us. I was one of millions. So we would be pulled back into the front, taken into the back lines, and worked on by the various artificers and brilliant wizards that manifested themselves when need be. I recall one sparse moment, standing along the front lines with the rest of my unit. There were 5 of us in total. The only name I still recall is T0B.0. Toboso, a close friend of mine. Alonso, you have met him. He himself is quite the playwright.
He always sings pretty songs. He does.
He is able to fluctuate his record box in order to reverberate in ways that most biological life forms are unable to manifest. But on this day, there was a distraction. Something went awry in the usual order of things. We were held back for too long during repair. Something must have damaged us in a way that the artificers were not immediately capable of handling. Additional parts and iridium were required in order to bring the rest of the squad up to code, as it were. And I feel in that moment that is when the demons took their opportunity. For 30 years we had managed to maintain the wall, manning the arcane cannons, pushing back from a growing wasteland around us. But that day, things went wrong. I do not entirely know how, as I was not privy to see what had happened to the wall. I was just made aware of the breach through our collective database.
As you approach this topic, you remember your collective database is almost like flashes of visions in between your central cores of your of each one of you, and you see from another's eyes. He's up on the wall, and portals seem to pop in 3, 4, 5 different locations, and you see such an onslaught headed straight for this great domed wall that has never attacked the city before. You see all kinds of Balor and large demons with wings, Varrock flying out of these portals and going high to get the high ground and to come in and swoop and knock artificers and clockwork off the wall. You see what are they called? Barb devils, Mesoliths, hellhounds, imps rushing out of these gates in a manner that has never approached this city before. As almost as if it is their final front to take this city. They sent everything they could at you. And you, down being repaired, where would you find yourself being repaired at in this city?
It would have been 2 layers back. The walls were heavily fortified. There were multiple redundancies involved. They would have had to have figured out weak points, both in the rotational guard and the structural integrity of the dome itself. The portals would have manifested anywhere. It could have been on the outer walls, could have been in the interior. If memory serves, I was having my chassis welded back when one of the portals ripped through a center entry path. There was screaming, shouting, in Gnomish and Elvish. I don't recollect much of that anymore. But in that moment I remember the unit still not fully repaired, standing tall and holding the line as we slowly backed away into the tunnel systems to evacuate as many of the citizenry we could.
And as you are in line blocking this onslaught coming through this portal in this entry, you see all forms of demon coming out of this portal and knocking row after row of your companions down, just mowing them down, getting closer and closer.
Hold the line!
Closer and closer to you. 3 and 4 rows at a time, just busting through them. What do? You are guarding. There are hundreds of children and women and men trying to get deeper into these tunnels, trying to get away from this. How do you hold the line?
I recall one of my members falling, making it just 4. We held a phalanx formation, slowly backing away, being chipped apart. Thinking back now, the face panel I wear is not the same as it was. This is silver lightweight. The previous ones were heavier bronze. It made us slower, as the rest of our composite materials were of equal heavy alloys. Some of the civilians didn't make it, and I don't recall what happened to the rest of the unit. And it wasn't until recently that I found Toboso again. There are a lot of dark moments in my memory circuits regarding that. Sancho is trying to help me
Regain those memories.
reclaim what it was that happened. Because all I can recollect at the moment is going deeper into the tunnel networks, just above the Underdark. We collapsed the walls at one point. The ceilings of the tunnel system themselves fell, hoping to buy us any time we could. I don't know if we're capable of self-destruct, but I do recall that is how one of the units resolved the issue of not having any explosives to collapse the ceiling.
Broke that iridium plate and just blew himself to smithereens to collapse the walls. So, how long have you been with Sancho now?
It would be 2 years to this day. After he purchased me, he refined my capabilities, provided me with new chivalrous subroutines, etiquette, conflict resolution and de-escalation, and also upgraded my combat capabilities, or at least brought them back to form. I feel, though, that there are other things I'm missing.
As you think of this, you see that there under your plate there are still empty little spots that can hold extra parts. That in your arms there's missing connections. That's he made it work, but you're still not completely fully yourself that you were. Because back in the day you were probably a level 10 warforged just to be able to defend the walls the way you did. To hold back that onslaught for almost 100 years is
130.
an amazing achievement. But in the end, it fell due to a greater onslaught that y'all had never seen before. How do you usually spend you spend your day? Well, let's ask this. How do you enjoy your days here in the city? Being an automaton, you don't have the same wants and urges as everybody else. How do you enjoy your days here?
I feel seeing the citizenry live relatively quaint lives to be inspiring. Yet I feel as though my purpose is lacking. I take great pride in assisting the Springsteel children and helping Sancho with the shop, but I don't know if it's the new programming or perhaps a call of the past that draws me to greater feats. I must have had a slip in my wiring because about a month ago I sort of went into what a biological would describe as a fugue state, and Sancho was called to reclaim me as I had attacked a windmill. So the local god claims. I am certain it was a giant. Aside from that, I tend to a local stable of horses. I one day hope to ride one myself, and perhaps go on my own quest, reclaim what was lost.
You need a sturdy horse. How heavy are you?
That's a good question. Sancho would be best to answer it.
Sancho would be best to answer it. And as you think of that, you see Sancho enter the shop really quick and kind of look around and spot you and Alonzo in the back. Max, seems somebody noticed you, and there's an inquiry about you. The late, I don't even know. The Lady Queen, she requested you for some reason. She said that you're to do a service because you belong to the Empire. You do not belong to anyone else but the Empire. And she said that you were to go back to work. They are gathering lots of army for some reason. It's kind of strange. But she did. She sent a sergeant to inquire about you, and I told him that you would go. That's okay?
Will the children be all right?
Yes. Helen will take care of them, for sure. Alonzo will be fine. Well, it's no rush. I don't want you to feel like I'm telling you to leave now. Take your time. I know Alonzo is going to miss
Time
you
is a
dearly.
difficult thing for me to track.
Well, take a day or two, and gather your things properly. I'm not sure where they're going to send you. They didn't give me any of that information, but I would.
In the 2 years of my service of you, they have never called me.
If you could, I have a few things I've been working on for you. I would like to finish them before you leave. If you could give me the rest of the day, I would have them to you maybe by the end of the night. But I do wish you well, Max. It's been interesting to get to know you.
And you as well, Sir Sancho. I will be sure to check in on you as often as I can.
Please do. You know, the children will be very happy if you do. And you see him kind of walk back towards the back and talk to Helena about some things, and he's kind of pointing some stuff out and getting.
Was there like a note or anything?
It is. It's actually a sealed note that he kind of hands to you. And it says, it's M4x.1. You are requested to return to service immediately. The Empire has a mission for you that is of utmost haste. And it goes as you pull your kind of like a wire brush. Then it gives you a location, and it tells you to get to the Imperial training ground that's right outside of the main castle.
Now we shall begin my march.
So you're gonna take the day.
Slowly travel in the direction.
Are you gonna pack anything as you go? Do you have any necessities that you take with you, or any charms or trinkets or anything of the nature?
Well, the only thing that I would have with me would be a rusty longsword that they found on me when I was but an antique. I believe Sancho has repaired or somehow improved my halberd that, from what memory serves, is what I primarily used as a polearmsman in the army, and a shield. Aside from that, I need nothing for food or drink, nor do I sleep or breathe. Perhaps some oil to keep myself well-rounded and fit.
Fit. So maybe some polish for yourself.
Polish for my chassis. Yes, we don't want to
Your
look
face
grimy.
plate, you gotta keep it clean.
Don't want to look grimy in front of a queen.
Yeah. All right. So you spend the day, and Sancho helps you gather oil tin and a couple things in a small pack. He does give you some polish and some rags, and kind of gives you really good instructions on how to keep yourself well maintained and oiled. Since he's been doing it for the last year or so, trying to make sure you're functioning right. He also grabs you by the arm, and you see he puts in almost like mechanical piston in each arm, and going from being not able to use your full range of motion in your hands, you get the full grip. Almost that piston, you can hear that piston as you open your hands and close your hands. And you see they almost fit perfectly, like they were scavenged from another automaton. But he did do repair and refit them, so they look almost brand new. He also does some for your legs, and gives you a jump option for your character. You'll have like a spring jump of 15 foot. So we'll add that into there for later on. And in future, we can get up other advancements and stuff too for your guy.
Improvements.
Yeah, you feel excited. You have a purpose almost now, and not just an existence. So you head directly off after morning time, or are you going to go in the middle of the night, kind of late night?
I would first have to bid adieu to the children. They have to know that I may be gone for a while.
Okay. So you go up to Helena or Alonzo.
I would check with Helena first.
Helena first. You see her tinkering with some things. It's probably like 9 or 10 o'clock at night, and she's still over there working on what seems to be these pair of really nice leather boots that she's trying to attach some mechanical platform to the bottom of.
What are you doing there, young Helena?
I can't get the springs to stay. It keeps popping every time I put it together. And you see her trying to force this bottom on and then lock this spring in at the same time. And she kind of goes over here, hold this, and you grab it, and you see her kind of work the spring in, and you hear a little click, and she, finally. She kind of sets the boot back down on the counter, and she steps back a little bit, and she kind of touches it, and it springs up and hits the ceiling, and then comes back down, and you see as soon as it hits, spring pops out. So I keep having that same problem. It's always the landing. Father told me that you were leaving. Do you know how long you'll be gone?
I do not. I've been summoned by the Queen. It could be anything from a week to a month to a year to several years to...
Century? Okay, it's okay. Well, you will come see us again, won't you?
Absolutely. I cannot allow you to grow weary of me. In addition to atrophy, I understand that if you do not use your sword arm frequently, you will lose the capability.
Oh, I will practice, and I will teach Alonzo, because he also needs to learn. He's been begging me. Father says you can't teach him because he's kind of scared that you may hurt Alonzo. But I'll definitely get the tutelage. He will miss your lectures. He always wants to learn. It says it makes his songs better. But
that brings a thought to me. I could alert Toboso of this. If he is still in town, he could visit the young Alonzo. He's quite accomplished, or at least the theater district seems to think so. And if that is the case, then perhaps there is something that he could teach the young Alonzo.
Oh, I know Alonzo would be ecstatic about that. Why don't you tell him? And you look back and you see Alonzo. He's kind of sitting over there in a corner reading a book. And as you kind of start to walk over there, he hears your heavy footsteps, and he looks over, and you see almost like a tear in his eye as you kind of approach. You're leaking, boy.
What seems to be the trouble, Alonzo?
No trouble, per se. It's more that you're leaving. And you see he kind of throws the book down, and he goes up and grabs your waist.
I'm just going to stand there and, don't react, but I...
Dunk, dunk. But she's used to, and he hugs you a little tighter, and he goes, I wish you weren't leaving. And he kind of wipes his tear on, what kind of vestments are you wearing?
Alonzo had gone into the city several months back, and using an allowance, he felt that he would, as he put it, fancy me up. I have these large sort of poofed out sleeves and a bit of a yellow and gold embroidery on them, along with sort of a mesh-like covering that just goes slightly over my chassis that does expose the clock in my chest, which monitors the fluctuations of the iridium core. Although it does not seem that the clock is functioning at this time.
Has it not functioned since you've been awake?
It is not. I feel that might tie into why my recollection of the past events are not up to par.
Restricted, almost. Okay, so he kind of rubs his tears on your new clothes, and he says, "Oh, I'm sorry I don't want to mess them up." And he kind of straightens you up a little bit. The Queen, she says. I've only seen the Queen in passing, and she is quite beautiful. She really wants you, Max? What? Do you know why?
I can't imagine what for. However, as a knight of the realm, I suppose I'm being summoned in order to perform knightly duties. Perhaps there is a dragon I must slay. Or
Perhaps I will
giants are invading.
Perhaps I will sing ballads of yours one day. And he kind of pulls himself away and kind of curls back up on where he was sitting reading a book. Well, Max, I will miss you. Take care of yourself and do come see us. Your father will miss having you around.
There's a bit of plumage that is ingrained into my welded helmet, and I pull a piece of it out and I hand it to the boy.
You see, he kind of puts it in the book that he's reading.
You can use that as a bookmark, or you could turn it into a fine quill.
Good writing. Yeah. I may do that. May use it to write songs of your achievements. And you see, he kind of goes back and kind of snuggles back down and will miss you. And he kind of starts going back to his book. So you make your way towards the castle, or are you going to how do you say his name?
Toboso.
Toboso. You want to Toboso's first?
Yes, I will stop by the theater district to notify Toboso of my departure and see if he would be able to quell the fears of young Alonso.
Okay. You've been to Toboso's quite a few times. You know the direct route. And you do, before you even get there, you can hear him reciting one of his great poems. As he's standing outside of this theater district, it's a beautiful sunny day, well, actually it's nighttime, so it's a beautiful dark nighttime. There are a couple taverns in the area. You see people strolling up and down the street, and he's there reciting one of his poems. As you approach,
I stand and just listen amongst the crowd, sort of take in the words of inspiration of Toboso and see if anyone else is in line with his words.
You see he recites a poem of old days and new, of things lost and things regained. And you see most people are, it's quite sad, the poem that he recites, but most people do, they're in line with his thoughts on it. If I would have known I would have been making a poem, I would have written something out. But he tells of lost lives and regained lands, and I guess the things that we gave up just to get them back. And then as he's reciting, he kind of catches a glare off of your faceplate, catches some flicker of a light and reflects towards him, and he kind of sees you and kind of hurries his poem along and gets down and walks to you.
As he's walking, I am...
Clank, clank, clank. As he bows, I wasn't expecting to see you tonight. You look well. Where are you headed?
I've been summoned to the Queen. There appears to be a mission that I am summoned for.
Didn't think that was going to happen. You think she will send me a letter? As he kind of looks around at the door to his little spot and doesn't see anything pinned to it or anything. So he kind of looks back. You think, should I go with you?
Well, are you still capable of your combat routines?
Not like before. You see, he's missing more parts than you were. One of his arms is almost mangled and bent, and is a stub. It's missing the functional hand part of it. And some of his inner workings are broken and
Exposed.
twisted. Yeah, and exposed. He doesn't get repaired like you have. He's been around and he kind of wears clothing over it, but he's not as functional as you are. But he is very smart. And quick witted for an automaton. He's very quick witted.
Well, I see no harm in you coming with us, at least in order to orate to the Queen. I am not much for words when it comes to dealing with the nobility. I just sort of bow and hold my word until it is time for me to act as needed.
Well, I guess I'll stay here. Is there anything I could do? I know. Alonzo.
Did you not receive a missive?
No. I haven't received anything from anyone lately.
I pull out the letter and I hand it to him and I go,
What do you make of this?
He unrolls it. Seems like a straightforward order. Kind of rolls it back up and hands it back to you. But I guess good luck.
I'm still foggy on what luck is, but
Luck,
hopefully...
you consider luck as some humans call it waking up in the morning. Is lucky. Some say eating that day is lucky. I'm not sure myself, but it does sound fancy when you use it in a term.
Eating.
Eating. We don't know about that. You don't eat anything, do you? Oil, metals.
No, we don't consume anything. We do have to rest briefly in order to recharge the iridium, but other than that, I do not know if there's anything else required.
So you're going to take your leave and head towards the training camp.
How long will it take me to get there?
From where you're at, you're on one of the lower levels of, which is like a few rings around this big castle. It sits in between the where the couple rivers come together and go towards the coast. Sits the city, and it's the city on the back hill, and then it's just a ring is a upper level, second level, and third level. You're probably on the lower level, closer to the piers and docks. There's a lot of different, I guess you could say, merchant areas that that Sancho has his shop in. There's a little merchant area that he has his artificial shop in, probably a few streets from the dock. Theater district is going up into the second level. So we probably take you about an hour to get there. Making your way through and around into the upper level where the castle is.
What would a biological adventurer do? What would they acquire before approaching a queen?
He wouldn't know. He's never approached a queen. Have you ever approached a queen? Do your recollections?
And thinks back to who was in charge of Eridogrid at the time. And even the name Eridogrid does not seem to match what he remembers it being. It was close to that. Was it the name of the mineral itself? Or a person who orchestrated all the governance? I don't believe there was a king or a queen of that capital city. Perhaps a chosen council? A group?
As you think of that, you remember Council of Eight.
Council of Eight.
Most outlying cities other than Solaria are run by councils or barons. Solaria is pretty much is solely ran by the queen and the sorcerers and mages tower and Zephyr.
Should I do a history for that?
Yeah. 18?
18.
What do you want to know?
17.
What do you want to know?
I'm to see if there's anything in my databanks that recollects who was in charge of Iridium at the time.
At the time of the downfall, it was limited to 3 council members. There had been a lot of onslaughts in the last 2 to 3 weeks prior to the downfall. That a lot of the council members had to step up and actually use their powers to protect the city, and a lot of them had fallen. So there were only 3: a female high elf named Laurel, as a male deep gnome. Give me a deep gnome name.
Kakan.
Spell that.
K-I-apostrophe-C-A-R-N-E.
C-I-N-R-E. Kakarn?
Yes. The Snurfneblins are curious people.
Very much. Very strong. They brought a lot of protectors up from the Underdark. There were a lot of deep gnomes, Dorgar, Drow that lived in the city and were helping to protect because they didn't want that evil unleashed on everywhere else. And
Makes me wonder who was responsible then for the eventual downfall. Because even with all of those portals and all of the armies that poured through them, there had to have been something else.
And the other one was Starvin. Starvin was a human wizard that was the last in control of Idigrid. But you know that the fall was inevitable with the amount, just from what you saw coming into the inside of the city and was chasing you through, was just, the numbers were more than you'd ever seen attack the city before. It was like they pulled from everywhere and just, they were after something here, and y'all were holding them back for so long, and they were at a time and point that they had to get it.
I think traveling through the town on my way there, I would stop by any sort of clothier in the area. Any good adventurer needs to have at least a partial cloak.
Okay. So you do make it through one of the upper markets, and you see that there are a couple different clothers. There's one that has tunics and jackets and all that, and they do have some fine cloaks, but you know of another place where Todd used to get his stuff, and it's a handcrafted, little old lady that handcrafts everything that she makes. She does it right there. She uses magic to sew everything together, and she makes beautiful, pristine cloaks and finery.
I enter the shop and I stand in the doorway and take in what is there.
Okay, you see her sitting behind the counter working on something, and everywhere you see mannequins and stuff hanging from the walls, blues and greens and twisted into dresses and 3-piece suits. There are cloaks that you would see barons wear, and then there's some more less pricey things, regular adventure cloaks. Anything in particular you're looking for?
Well, something to match the finery that Alonzo had spent his hard-earned allowance on. Perhaps just a single shoulder cloak to taper off.
Okay. What color? Gold?
Gold to match the
gold fringe. Okay.
the remainder of the attire.
So you walk up and you see she kind of turns around after a second. Can I help? What can I help you with? Is there anything?
Hello, madam. I am M4x.1.
Yeah.
I have been summoned by the Queen, and I feel I am lacking.
I made that. It does fit you very well.
Thank you.
Yeah, Alonso bought that. I didn't know he was buying it for you.
Yes, sir. The boy is attached.
Well, it shows. It does fit very nicely. What exactly you looking for?
Something to complete the look, as they would say. I am going to face the queen soon, as I've been summoned for some
Do you want
quest.
pantaloons?
I kind of look down, and he's got kind of like a continuation of the tunic.
It kind of it hangs down.
Hangs down, and then just like the plating
Metal legs.
of the legs. Like the legs are still heavily plated.
Mm-hmm.
Probably one of the few things of him that
Okay.
still kind of
Together.
from before, since he was just standing in a shop for
Okay,
who knows
yeah.
how long.
How many parts have been bought off of you for
Right.
automatons? Yeah.
So I look down and go, I am not sure if pantaloons would fit over my chassis and plating.
Hold on. She kind of goes to the back and she pulls out. It's a really not very long. It probably hangs down to lower back. This cloak with this golden braided tie over it, and it's like almost a one shoulder kind of thing. Looks very high end. This actually goes really well with that. Since I don't have the original costume, I would give you a great deal for it if you liked.
What would you require?
3 silver.
He has just like a pouch that he has tied to the side of his belt, and pulls it out and sort of reaches in, and the coins sort of magnetize to his fingers.
Ding, ding, ding.
That should suffice.
Thank you. Anything else before you leave?
Are you in need of any services?
At the moment, no. At the moment, no.
Perhaps giant rats to slay?
No giant rats around here. City's really well kept. We don't have that problem. It's a grand city, full of magic and a lot of mystery too. So a lot of that issues that a normal city would have, they don't have here. They have rat keepers, and they have they have people to handle every situation. You might catch it at the lower dock area sometime, but deeper into the city, you don't have vermin or really horrible flies. That doesn't stink. They have working water. It's really well kept. The streets are clean. Not even horse dung on the streets. Very well kept. So they have people that go around and collect all of that and more. It's lamp lighters. It's quite a grand city. And the closer you make your way up to the castle district, you can see it. The marble walls that surround the castle, the marble spires with the blue tops, are just gorgeous, and they reach 200 to 300 feet in the air. And as you get to the walls of the castle, there's a 20-foot moat that surrounds it, and then on the other side of that moat, there's probably a 30 to 40-foot marble wall. And you see all over the top of the wall knights and guards patrolling, and then around the castle you see knights and guards patrolling. You see 2 guards standing each side of the what is it, the bridge, the portcullis. What is that? Yeah, portcullis. That's down. You see 2 guards standing on each side of it, kind of controlling traffic that's going in and out of the castle district.
As I approach the guardsman there, I'm going to stand as firmly straight up as I can.
Which is hard because you just clunk clunk. Hey, book it pop into place.
And then attempt to salute.
Kind of off.
Still getting the hang of the pistons.
Yeah. You see them salute at you. What seems to be your business here?
I am M4x.1, and I have been summoned.
And I just hold up the missive.
He kind of grabs it and reads it. He looks at you, kind of goes back to the note, and he kind of shows it to his buddy. Rolls it up, hands you back the note, and you see him point inside the gate, but probably a good 200 foot away. There's a training ground, and it has its what looks like a bunk area for all the soldiers that stay in the castle area, castle district. There's a bunkhouse. There's a training ground right outside of it. There's what seems to be captain's offices and all that kind of stationed right around this training ground. And he kind of points you towards the captain's office.
Appreciate it. I clank, clank,
Clank,
clank,
clank, all the way there. Clanking on the stone walkways. You get closer. You see quite a few younger guards doing training out with some older veterans. They're training them with spears and shields. And you get closer, and they kind of catch the glint off of the firelight, catches you, and you continue walking straight to the captain's office.
I think I would stop before the men and sort of tap my halberd on the ground, shield up, and just watch. Almost instinctively, like seeing other soldiers practicing channels of synapse, recollection.
Taking in every little move and failure on the kid's part, because most of them seem to be probably 15, 16, really young, wearing heavy armor with a really large shield. They're trying to bulk them up and get them ready for what seems, if you look around, the gathering of a military here.
Would that be something I'm able to clock?
Possibly, easily actually, because you see them bringing in, as you were entering the gate grounds, you see there were carts bringing in different weapons and shields and swords. You see they're bringing in different types of armor, chainmail, leather, all in different carts, and they're starting to station it inside the castle gates.
I'm going to approach one of the young ones training. Does he look to be Alonzo's age?
Maybe a little older, probably like 3 to 4 years older, 15 to like 16 or 17.
I'm just going to approach and tap the halberd and say, "At attention, soldier!"
And you see he kind of drops his shield and grabs his spear and slams it on the ground. "Yes, sir!"
How long have you been training this regiment?
2 weeks.
That is not enough time. Not at all.
For what? I said we were just training.
Look around you. How many of there are you? Can you count?
And you see he looks and he starts counting. There's, you see that throughout this little courtyard, there seem to be tents being put up, more sleeping areas for new recruits. Like outside of their bunkhouse, they're setting up more and more tents, and gathering more people into to the castle proper. So there's probably 75 kids in training in this area. If they're not training in this courtyard, they're unloading carts and moving stuff around for the makeshift camp that they're building.
Are there any blunted weapons around, like training weapons?
Yeah. Oh yeah. There's some wood swords. There's some training mannequins. There are some blunted spears that they're using to train with. No halberds or anything like that. Mainly swords, spears, and shields.
So Max is gonna look at him and go, "Who among you do you feel is the most capable?"
And you see him point to one of the old guys that's training one of the kids next to him. And he kind of looks at him scared, and he kind of points over to him and kind of steps back a little bit.
Max just nods at him and approaches the older one. So from a visual, what would Max
you see
discern from that?
You see he's got grayish black hair, really long, really thick beard. He has one scar across his cheek that doesn't look very old. It's still really pink and healing. Probably a few months. You see, he's probably 6'2", really muscular, and he's wearing leather armor is all he has on. Leather boots, and right now he's got a wooden spear that he's training and fighting with another young kid with.
So I would watch for a while and wait for a pause in the melee and go, "You, sir, are you responsible for training these younglings?
Me among others.
How many of you are there?"
Oh, well, they bring more in every day. It's hard to keep count. I know last week there were like 30 of us training. But they bring in more every day. They say we got to prepare. Don't know for what exactly, but they say we must prepare.
Something doesn't track with this. In order to best prepare, as you would say, knowing what you are preparing for is paramount. But you are here under no knowledge of what it is that you are preparing these children for.
Well, they don't tell me much. I've only been here a few weeks myself. I don't think they would give everybody the information that you seek, I can say.
Would you be willing to have a duel?
Oh, of course. You sword or spear?
Max sets down his halberd, like on a part of the stone wall, and picks up a spear, readies the shield, and taps the front of the shield.
Okay. You see him pick up a shield, and he also taps the shield. Go ahead and roll for initiative. And
That's dirty 20.
20. And well, you're gonna go first. We're gonna do this. This is gonna be just a simple melee.
Yeah.
You first. So y'all both kind of prepare and get into a stance, and ready your shield. Ready is.
So, getting a handle on the pistons here and steadying a position, going for just kind of a thrusting strike, and that would be 21.
Oh yeah, definitely hit. So he tried to block it with his shield, but you came right in and kind of clocked him in the chest, and he kind of catches his ground and goes to kind of almost circle you side to side.
Is he going to try and move to the side of me?
Yeah, he's gonna try and kind of move to the side, kind of around you, like because you hit him in the chest, so he blocks it and he starts to move to the left a little bit.
Does he actually move enough to trigger an attack?
No, he kind of stays
Okay.
in range.
All right, so he moves off.
Well, he doesn't move off. He kind of moves to the
To the
side.
kind of like
around.
a pivot, like
Yeah.
a side pivot. So just sort of just mechanically, not even the legs shifting, just the upper torso rotates
Just
rotates
So-
to follow.
So
him.
as you're rotating, you catch him off guard because he rolled a nat 1. as he kind of steps to the side around you, and he goes to stick, and you kind of twist at your body. He catches the side of it, and his spear just snaps in half as you're spinning, and his spear just kind of snaps in half, and he kind of throws it and runs to grab another one. Now you will have an opportunity attack.
So again, since all of this is intended to be non-lethal, I'm going to move to sort of strike the spear out of his hand, and in that same motion, in disarming him, point the tip of the practice spear to his throat.
Okay.
That would be a 15.
We're gonna say that would hit, but he's gonna block it with his shield.
Okay.
So he blocks that. What do you add anything to that?
Just my regular modifier.
Okay. So he's gonna block it with his shield, and that's gonna be your opportunity attack.
Okay.
So go ahead and do your regular attack.
That is a 18.
18 will hit. even with the shield, because he already uses reaction. So 18 will
So
definitely hit.
yeah, he goes to block it, but getting used to that piston, I grip it and the wrist completely rotates around. Just sort of like spins it, knocks the spear out of his hand, and like coming back down with it right at the throat, and just say, "You are not enough. These children will die."
We all will die if we don't train. And he kind of steps back and he goes, kind of bows to you, and he goes,
You just tink tink with the spear, drop it without even looking, and grab the halberd.
do you say anything before you walk away?
I look at the children and go, "Mind your form. Always be alert. And never show cowardice. That will be your undoing."
Sir, yes, sir.
And then
As they
again,
see
he
you-
attempts to do a salute and just gets it wrong.
as they see you take out their trainer, they're like, "Sir, yes, sir." And they're like, "Why isn't he training us? He's so much better." And you walk towards the captain's cabin.
Mhm.
So you walk over there. Nobody there. Door shut. Knock on the door.
And then just, again, getting used to it, so just a knock, knock, and then a
Bam!
really loud one. Just too loud on that third strike.
Oh, you hear? Oh, from the inside. And at a few seconds after that, you see the door swing open and a sword come pointing out.
like right around the mustache.
Yeah. It kind of looks you up and goes, "Oh, okay. May I help you?"
I am M4x.1, reporting for duty.
And I hold out the missive.
Oh.
Like, just with the sword still on my face, not
Yeah.
even caring.
Oh. Okay, you might want to hold on to that. He kind of sheathes his sword. Come in. Stand there. He kind of points to the corner. And you see he goes to his desk and starts going through some paperwork on his desk. And he goes through and you see him pick up, it's almost like a small packet of paper, probably 4 or 5 sheets. And he flips through it and kind of looks at you, looks you up and down. And he goes over to you. He goes, "Orders from the Queen say that you are to go to Lenoria and escort some children," it says. Yes. Escort some people here. There will be a boat captain waiting for you on the river. He'll take you all the way there and he'll bring you all the way back. They must arrive here.
How many will I be escorting?
Oh, 5.
5 in total.
As long as they all make it, they should. But
And will I be finding assistance with anyone else?
well, you'll see. Oh, lizard, fuck. What is his name? He has a super long name. Let me give you this super long name.
A super long name?
Yeah.
How many titles does he have?
Well, hold on 1 second. I'll tell you. He's a captain. Captain Osiris Telluride Armbender Dar Willie the Fourth, Esquire, AKA, he's also known as Capo.
There were
You-
3 of them before?
Well, he's got brothers. He's got some brothers. Lizards usually have more than one. They have a bunch.
You say he's a lizard.
Ah, well, yes, he's a fucking lizard. He's a little slimy, but he's a good guy. He will get you there. He kind of gives you some information on Capo. He's a lizard folk. He looks more like a gecko than anything else. He's got that brown gecko face. You'll meet him. He'll be waiting for you at the docks.
And The 5 I'm to be escorting, you said they were children.
They're of the younger age. They're not all children. I don't know a lot. The queen sends you after them. That's as much as I know.
Do we have names or descriptions?
No, I do not have names and descriptions, but they will be meeting you there with others. They're all en route to Linroy. He tells you that each one has, 2 of them have escorts, and the other 3 are together. So they're all headed to the same place, and they all have the same missive to get there.
And I am to intercept them and lead them back to Solaria.
You are to go with Cap and protect them on the way back.
Will we be returning with the captain's shuttle?
Yes. He will take you there, and he will bring you back.
Understood. So, what was the destination you called it again, Lenore?
Linroy. This is a fairy city, way north, south of the Slagath Mountains. It sits on a tributary that runs all the way south through Solaria, and it's one of the main river connections that goes from the mountains all the way south through Solaria into Zephyr and all the way down south. I can pull up the map if you want to see.
Yes, let's just see.
Yeah. Come on. I gotta get a quiet mouse because you can hear the click every time I click it on the camera. Oh wait, wrong one. Load. Come on. If it'll load.
He's rolling the map out. It
I know.
takes a while.
It's a big map.
It's a large map.
I want to get it printed at a decent size. These last
Like
few
on a
pages.
tapestry.
Yeah.
Just lay it out.
So there is a place that I want to get it printed from. Well, so let's. So. Come on. What the heck? No, it's gonna take forever to load again. Watch.
I know we burned the map.
Yeah. Loading art. But yeah, it's up north. Once this loads, I'll show you. It's gonna take you probably two weeks to get there, so a fortnight. Going upriver. So let's see. Yeah. It's so laggy. I got so much going on my internet right now. It's not even doing nothing. See my mouse right there? It's not even moving.
Oh, slowly.
So Linroy is right there, on the south side of those mountains.
So we'll be
you
following
are
the channel
Solaria,
north.
Yep. So you're gonna follow this route all the way up to Linroy. But that river it's the Breakwater River. It leads all the way down past Mocog Swamp and out through the delta. So,
Would I have any knowledge of what this fairy kingdom is like?
it's not a fairy kingdom. It's one of the only ways to get across the river. So it's Lenoir is a fairy town, not a fairy kingdom. So it's there's a ferry on each side of the river that port people back and forth.
So
Other
not
than
a,
that, you have to come if you're
not
walking
the
on,
whimsical kind, the boating kind.
Yeah, the boating kind. If you're trying to get on foot, this trip takes you almost a month and a half to get to there. So in the time that it's going to take you to get there and back, it would take you that to get on foot. And the only bridge to get across this river is here. There's a small village that has a port across the river, so it's kind of hard to get around where that river's at. It's almost like the Mississippi. It's a big flowing, wide river.
Well, hopefully this ship is very buoyant. I don't swim.
Well, get some flotation. Get you some of those little arm ones.
I think I would still sink.
I think so too. But yeah. Clothes. There's a way to get to clothes, but I'm not worried about it right now. But yeah, it's gonna take you quite a bit to get there. So he offers you a place here, but kind of sees where you are, and do you even need to rest?
I go into a dormant stage for a few hours every day in order to recharge my iridium core and sort of recollect what I can from the previous day's journey.
Well, Capo's been at the dock for a couple days now. He's about ready to leave, so he'll probably be ready in the morning. If you want to catch him in the morning, there's a spot here if you want to stay here.
I could go down to the dock and remain stationary until it's time that I
just
need
stand
it.
on the dock and recharge.
Wait for the sun to rise.
Wait for the sunrise, yeah. So that's what you're gonna do. Walk down to the dock. It's gonna take you a little bit to get there. It'll be midnight or a little later before you get there. And you walk there. You know it's quiet as you're making your way there. Not too many people out. Most of them have went in at this time. You do see quite a few city guard walking around, patrolling the city. The closer you get to the dock, the more guards you see patrolling. You see them stationary at intersections of main streets. You don't see them alone either. They're always seem to be in groups of two to four, as they're kind of strolling and joking their way through the city. You make your way to the dock. He does tell you exactly where Capo's boat's stationed at. So you walk and you see this rinky-dinky riverboat. He does have new sails on the riverboat, but it's still kind of rinky-dinky. It's got a little cabin at the back that has what seems to be a candle flickering in the window. There seems to be somebody sleeping on the deck in a hammock that goes between the two masts. But other than that, you really don't see anybody. You do see a little bit of movement in the window, but other than that, nobody on the
Are there any guards in the immediate vicinity of where we are?
There's a couple that have passed you, that have kind of passed where you're standing on the dock, back and forth.
I think I would board the ship, and I would approach the person on the hammock, and I would tap the halberd onto the ground, and go, "At attention! When do we depart?"
And as soon as you you see the hammock kind of stir, and then you start to say that, and you go, "Ah!" Fucking, so this little human girl kind of looks up at you, and it kind of falls onto the floor out of the hammock, and kind of scurries to the edge of the rail. What the hell are you doing on the boat? You're not supposed to be here.
I am here to meet Master Capo. Are you the lizard person I was required to meet?
Do I look like a lizard? And you see that she's got red hair. She's kind of thin, red hair, freckles on her cheeks, really, really bright freckles.
Gonna give like a scan.
Yeah.
You know, just kind of like looks.
You appear to be a humanoid female, but you could be a lizard folk in disguise.
How rude.
And he goes to reach out to kind of tap the head to see if
She
there's
kinda
if
dodges.
like the hair falls off.
She kind of dodges out of the way. I'll get Capo. And she kind of moves out of you, still trying to reach for her. And she goes
like the
and-
piston
Yeah,
misfiring.
and she taps on the door kind of hard, and she opens the door. Capo, there's some machine here for you. You hear kind of scrunching of papers in the room. Fuck. Well, it wasn't supposed to be here till tomorrow. And you see he comes out and he's got this little nightcap on that kind of hangs down with a little fuzzy ball on the end. He's got really yellowish green skin, and you can see where he's got this pink of where he kind of looks like he wants to smile a lot, but you can see like under the gums almost, where you can see he pulls his lips back and tries to smile a lot, and it kind of sticks there. Little sharp teeth, big yellow eyes, and he's really skinny and frail looking. And he's wearing his little nightcap, his little night shirt, night pants. He's got these 3 little lizard fingers for like toes that are sticking out of the bottom. He's not wearing any shoes. As he comes out, and you aren't supposed to be here till tomorrow. But I guess.
And I'm just kind of like looking around and go, this is not tomorrow. What do you calculate as the time?
It's nighttime.
Nighttime of what day?
I guess it'll be today.
Then we should be ready to set sail at any moment.
No. We set sail in the morning. Tomorrow. When we wake up, do you sleep?
Not as you would describe it.
Of course not. Wish I could go out and sleep. Do you have a place to stay? Are you gonna stay here till tomorrow?
I can stand visual here upon the main deck and monitor any ill goings on and alert you at the quickest moment of anything